like I'm going to give the news, but no, just the resolutions for the new year, 2022. Yeah. Oh, still sequins around. Of course. Like everybody else, at the end of the year, one has a look back and takes note about the things that they did right and wrong and what they have to improve to be a better person and a better everything. And here in the sewing room, it's the same. And I have my little notebook here because there are things I want to do, new things. There are things from this last 2020 I have accomplished, things I want to keep doing, and things that for me make no sense at all right now. So it's a good mixture. The first resolution from last year was to learn to use my machine better. Not only the tensions, but the accessories like needles and the different foot I have. And I think I'm better at that because I've been changing the foot depending on the fabric and what I want to do, and they've been really useful, all the basic ones like the invisible zip one and the normal zip. Some of them I've been using, but I have a lot I have no purpose for yet. I haven't had any project in which I can use them, and I still have to think how can I, because there are loads there. And the same with needles. I've been changing needles and using them, and things are much easier now. But there's still a lot of improvement to do. The next thing I wanted to do was to learn to sew zips better. And that I think I'm doing, of course, since I have the proper foot to use with each zip, and I'm not afraid of them anymore. So I'm quite happy about that. One thing I said I wanted to do this year and I haven't done is to learn to sew by hand properly. I'm really afraid of that because I'm not very neat doing that. I could have done it with this dress to hem it with an invisible hem, but I didn't have a go at it because it would have been very visible. Someone who can do it can do really well, but I can't, and it's something I really have to learn because it's really useful when you don't want any seams on the hemline. And another thing that is linked to this is all the knitting and crocheting. That will always be in the back of my mind because it's something I want to do, but I haven't had time and I haven't made an effort to learn, but I really want to. Another thing I said I wanted to do was to learn a bit better the different names of fabrics, because depending on a project you will need one fabric, or one fabric won't suit you for X project. So that's something I've been doing. I've been asking at the fabric shop, what is this? So I can learn the names, and I have a few in my mind already. And that's really good because I haven't had any useless projects that have been rubbish because of the wrong choice when choosing the material, which is good, but I still have a lot to learn. One thing I've done that makes me really proud is all the pattern drafting I've made. I said I wanted to learn about patterns, and I've done. And while doing so, while doing my blogs, I read a lot about patterns and all the lines that are drawn, where they come from and what to do with them. And I'm really proud because from that you can draft anything. Even that dress was only with my block of measurements. So if I can do it, anyone can do it. Related to all this pattern making is all the books I have. I said I wanted to read all my books and finish them, and I have read a lot. I haven't finished them because I've been reading by chapters the things I needed to do at that moment, but I've made the most of them. I think I've quite used them and I like it a lot, except for one that I think it's for more advanced people in sewing. I think it hasn't explained things, like basic things doesn't explain, so I have a few problems following it, but the rest are quite useful. When talking about patterns, I think most people, the first thing they will think about is the burdas or any magazine, burdas, patrones, simplicity, whichever, that come monthly on your kiosk. And I think it's quite interesting to make a video or a few videos about how to follow the instructions of one of these patterns. And I still have my burdas from my grandmother. There was a video in which I did this, and I think it will be interesting to adjust then the measurements, the result, and make a few changes because it's standard sizing, so you will have to. So that's another good idea. And one thing I want to do this year is to start using my Mannequin again to drape all the different garments. When I started sewing, I didn't know about patterns. I was afraid of patterns, so I bought myself the Mannequin, the adjustable one, so I could trace my own patterns there, because my measurements are there. And it's something really interesting because you have your piece of material, you throw it on there and you start pinning, and it's really creative, something unique. So I think I want to make that again, a few videos about that, and start doing that again as well. Emptying the mending drawer. Well, I have done a few mending videos, and I think all the mending is done. Of course, I still have some mending to do. For example, the 2 skirts I ruined, and as well as stuff I've sewn that I need mending because I've been losing weight, so I'll do that. But now I have things, I have trousers and things I don't use anymore. They are almost like new, so what I think I would like to do is upcycling. I think upcycling is a great idea to revamp your wardrobe and your style, to make something different, unique. And I used to do that a lot when I started sewing. I used to make from skirt and t-shirt, make a dress, things like that. Of course, from a pair of trousers, make a skirt or a pair of shorts. But I think it's something really useful and unique, so it's a good idea. One thing I said I wanted to do, and I did for a few videos, was to say the measurements in inches as well. But then I received some feedback that it wasn't necessary, because when people start a project, either they start in centimeters or in inches. So it isn't necessary to say them both. So I'm quite happy about that. I also stopped doing it after that, so it's okay, no problem at all. Nowadays, with the amount of information we all have and all the videos people upload, the rest of us just want to watch a lot in the less amount of time possible, and that's why YouTube has created the short videos, and the rest of the platforms around have short videos as well. And last year I said I wanted to create the mini videos to do things like zips and how to sew a button and short things like that, small things, small details. And there's something I still want to do, but I have to organize myself to get organized so I can do everything. I can do the videos, edit, and then do the shorts as well. One thing I wanted to do, and I tried to do one, was the outfits of series. I wanted to make outfits from series I've watched, to recreate them, but I think it's too much. I can't be recording anymore. Not for me. Of course, I watch series and there are loads of outfits. I think, oh, maybe I can recreate that. Oh, that's nice. I would like that. But it's impossible. It's too much. Of course, it's something that's in your mind, but not for me. Not right now, at least. Both time and money are really important in this type of videos, because if people want to do something the same as I have done, following my same steps or the same steps I've done, it's really important so they know how long it takes and how much they're going to spend more or less. So I think that's something interesting. I have already done it, because when I do 3 things of the same, for example, when I did the A-line skirt or the shirts, I made 3. And what I do is that the first one I do, I only come here and sew. I don't record myself, I don't do anything else but sew. So I can say how long it takes doing it. So that's really interesting, and the same with money. I've been a bit lost with all this remnant business, because I'm not sure. I know how much the satin was, but I don't remember how much the sequin was, for example. But I want to take notes of everything so I can tell you how much it was. So at the end of the year we can do a whole budget of how much everything has cost. Because I've been sewing so much, I'm starting to have a good wardrobe, and now what I want to do is, when I finish each video, I would like to create different outfits with the new garment and the stuff I have. So you can see that you can create a whole wardrobe handmade, and it's really fun. And the last resolution is Vlogmas. Last year I said that the amount of videos that are uploaded in December is it's ridiculous. It's just too much. So people didn't watch me. I didn't get a chance. So what I did this year is to double the amount of videos I upload. I uploaded twice a week, and it's been quite fun. With this one, it's been 9 videos in December, and it's been good. I haven't been stressed a lot. I've been okay. The only stressing time was when the remand wasn't enough. It was quite tight, but I've done okay. I've done the videos, I've recorded 1 video a day, sort of, apart from editing and drawing and all that. But it's been fine, and I'm really happy because everything I've sewn, I think it's turned out really great. I think I'm really proud with everything I've sewn, and I hope you've enjoyed it. I'm really happy about that. But for next year, I'm going to make Vlogmas, because I think it's a lot, but 2 videos was doable, let's say. And this is all. These have been my resolutions for the next year and what I want to keep doing from last year. I hope you've enjoyed it. Let me know then in the comments which sewing resolutions are you going to try to do. And if you like this kind of content, don't forget to subscribe. I would really appreciate it. It helps the channel a lot, and you can even share it with someone who might like this content, and you don't miss anything next week. So see you next week. Oh, see you next year, right? And today on BBC News.